Dear learners, you are most welcome at our channel Onkar Health Services. We provide you the health knowledge and education to get good success. So, today is our topic connective tissue. Before knowing the connective tissue, we should know the tissue. What is the tissue? What is the definition of the tissue? A group of cells having the same origin. A group of cells having the same origin, similar shape, and specific or common generalized function is known as a tissue. Again, a group of cells having the same origin, similar shape, and specific or common generalized function is known as a tissue. The tissues are classified into four major groups that are: first one is epithelial tissue, second one is connective tissue, third one is muscular tissue, and fourth one is nervous tissue. These four groups of tissues are called elementary tissues. So now talk about connective tissue. What is the connective tissue? And what is the role of connective tissues in our body? Connective tissues serve to connect or bind together different organ or different parts of an organ in our body. They contain an intercellular substance called matrix. It helps in binding and supporting the cells. Connective tissues are classified as: the first one is areolar tissue, the second dense fibrous tissue, third elastic tissue, fourth adipose tissue, fifth cartilage tissue, and sixth bone tissues. So we take first areolar tissue. It is called loose connective tissue. It is the most widely distributed tissue in the body. It is a loose, irregular connective tissue. It connects the skin to the underlying structure. Also, it fills. It is the most widely distributed tissue in the body. It is a loose, irregular connective tissue. It connects the skin to the underlying structure. Also, it fills unoccupied spaces between organs. It is found between muscles, blood vessels, and nerves. Next, dense fibrous tissue. This tissue has compactly arranged fibers with greatly reduced interspace. The cells are less in number than areolar tissue. This type of tissue is present in dermis of skin. The next one is elastic tissue. This tissue is yellow in color and contains more number of elastic fibers. It is present in tissue where strength is required with elasticity Example criteria: trachea and bronchi. The next one is adipose tissue. It is also called fatty tissue. It contains large rounded cells and cytoplasm is located with fat. The nucleus of the cells is pushed towards the periphery. For example, subcutaneous tissue of skin. We have the next one, cartilage. It has tough, gelatinous and elastic matrix formed of chondrine. The cells are more or less round and lie in groups of 4 embedded in the matrix. Cartilage is of 3 types. So, we divided into 3 types cartilage. The first one, hyaline cartilage. Here the matrix is free from fibers and is transparent in hyaline cartilage, and also the cells are arranged in small groups. For example, trachea and tip of nose. The next one is fibrocartilage. Fibrocartilage. Here the ground substance contains thick bundles of collagen fibers. It is found in the intervertebral disc. It is found in the intervertebral disc. Next, elastic cartilage. Elastic cartilage. It is almost similar to hyaline cartilage, but it contains a network of bronching and rejoining collagenous fibers, which give a yellow color to the matrix. For example, epiglottis and laryngeal cartilage. Next connective tissue is bone. Bone. Let's talk about bone. It is the hardest connective tissue. Bones contain a high concentration of salts like calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. A bone generally consists of 4 contents. First one is periosteum. Periosteum, it is a membrane of fibrous tissue covering the surface of a bone. It is called periosteum. Second, compact bone. Compact bone is a hard, dense substance found below the periosteum. Compact bone, it is a hard, dense substance found below the periosteum. Third, cancellous or spongy bone. It is a spongy, porous tissue. It forms the interior of mature bone. It's called cancellous or spongy bone. It is a spongy, porous tissue. It forms the interior of mature bone. The fourth one is bone marrow. It is a soft material. It is a soft material. We are talking about bone marrow. Bone marrow, it is a soft material which fills the hollow interior of a mature bone. It is of two types. Bone marrow are two types. Yellow bone marrow and red bone marrow. Yellow bone marrow, which is a fatty tissue. Red bone marrow, from which the cells of blood are developed. Now we talk about microscopic structure of bone. Gross section of bone under the microscope shows the following structures. First is central Haversian canal which contains nerves, blood vessels and lymphatics. A central Haversian canal which contains nerves, blood vessels and lymphatics. Second, limnae, which layers of bone deposited in concentric circles around the Haversian canal. Lacuna, which are the spaces between the limnae. Fourth, canaliculi, which are the minute canals. They join the limnae and also communicate with the central Haversian canal. All these structures together form of a unit. So this was all about connective tissues. I hope you will understand. Thank you very much.